There's been talk like since Kobe died that they should change the logo of the NBA from Jerry West, right? He's the logo of the NBA.
Yeah.
He's the logo, Jerry West. To change that logo to Kobe Bryant. What do you think about that? Would you actually, if you were the one deciding, would you change that logo to Kobe?
I won't.
Why?
Because the original logo of the NBA carries so much history already. And as great as Kobe was, we shouldn't change the logo because of that.
Okay. I'm looking at it on a business standpoint. It doesn't make sense to change it to a Kobe logo just because out of emotions, because you're basing decisions based out of emotion. I know he just died a few years ago, like 3 years ago already, right? But then, thing is, Jerry West never charges the NBA for him being on the logo. Imagine how much the Bryant estate would, like Vanessa Bryant would charge para lang gamitin yung logo ni Kobe Bryant, right? If you use the logo Kobe Bryant, imagine if something happened to MJ, reverse it. It's MJ in the crash and Kobe's still alive, right? And we push the narrative of the Jumpman logo as the logo of the NBA or something like that, like tongue out. Right? Would it be the same narrative? Maybe not. Right? Because for sure, Nike then would ask for royalties from using that logo as Michael Jordan, right?
Business-wise, it doesn't make sense.
Business-wise, it doesn't make sense. Emotionally, yes. Like let's say for the next 5 years, if they have a handshake agreement with the Bryant estate, like, okay, we're gonna use the Kobe logo. Just remember up to the 8th year, right? So of his from his death, just like they're putting the number 6 Bill Russell on the jerseys sa mga players ngayon, di ba? There's the number 6 patch. That makes sense, right? Because Bill Russell was the winningest
Player of all time.
Right? You can't dispute it. But
And some say he's the GOAT.
I mean, if you're talking about rings,
For some people,
if you're talking about rings, yes. If you're talking about achievements, it might be Wilt, right? If you're talking about points, it can be Kareem for now. Maybe LeBron in a couple of I think this year, right? In terms of the best ever, because we're not saying about I'm not talking about here of the GOAT. The best ever in terms of being the greatest basketball player to play. There's been debate about Kobe being even better than Michael Jordan. Ano sa tingin mo?
Better, it's a very vague word. Like, what are you saying? Skill-wise?
Sa tingin mo, yeah. Where is
or
Kobe Bryant better than MJ?
Total package. Because my answer is, I know you won't like this one, but
I'm not talking about achievements,
Yeah.
Just overall as an individual basketball player.
total package, it's LeBron for me.
It's LeBron.
LeBron, yeah.
Okay.
Because total package, meron siyang shooting, he has the skills, yung unique combination of height and body motor,
Rare,
everything,
I mean,
the total package.
It's rare that you get that in a 6'9" package, similar size as Karl Malone,
Yeah, parang
playing like Magic Johnson. Yeah.
he's a 2K player.
Generational talent.
Yeah, generational talent. So, para sa akin, it's him.
But in the book yung kay Tim Grover, yung Relentless, he's not seen as what we call yung highest level, the cleaner. He's a closer, right? But slowly he's becoming like a cleaner as well, that kind of level. Pero yung in terms of taking like the basketball instinct na killer instinct, I don't see LeBron having that ever. Like he would still make the right decision to pass it, diba? Yung mga end game situations, like he has the knack of like finding his teammates more. Like kasi si Kobe and Jordan, they would like to look for yung options nila. They want to know their options during the last seconds, what's available for them, and not told kung anong gagawin. Gusto lang niya, okay, what are my options? Okay. So they'll know what to decide. Iba eh. That's the killer instinct that I didn't see kasi ever with LeBron.
But the thing is, with LeBron, noong 2018, ang dami niyang game winners noon. Parang,
yeah, I saw that. With the Cavs?
That year, yun yung parang, shit, LeBron, he got the clutch gene na parang na-develop niya throughout his career. For me.
So some people, like those born in the 90s, they only saw highlights of Jordan's career. They would say Kobe is their GOAT. And then for me, born in the 80s, MJ is mine. And then yung mga 2000 and up, talagang LeBron talaga.
Here's my unique take regarding this. Parang as we go through time, the decades, parang nag-iiba yung GOAT natin. Nag-evolve yung mga players.
Yeah.
They're more skilled now compared nung early 2000s. Grabe yung mga bata ngayon. Ang galing.
The ones younger now, like there's talk about Luka being probably one of the best ever, if not the best ever when his career's over. People are already thinking that's inevitable na he's gonna win not just one but more championships on his own. Like with him being the alpha on his team.
And then there's this player in France called Victor Wembanyama.
But
Unicorn.
I saw something. People say that they've never seen Victor Wembanyama, but he's already existing in the NBA. He plays for the Orlando Magic. His name is Bol Bol. And he plays small forward. And he's now flourishing with the Magic because he's given more minutes. I think when you're in the NBA, regardless if you're a bench player, I think it's just the opportunities given to you. I mean, if you're given more minutes, given more shots, you'll make the most out of it. You'll be able to... Parang I've seen yung mga sa summer, yung mga off-season ng mga games, nakita yung mga NBA player, no? Makita mo parang mga, role player lang to Si Robert Covington gumagawa ng 40 points, 50 points sa mga league. Pero you see him in the NBA, it's just, average.
Bro, sobrang galing ng mga NBA players.
It's like the best of the best talaga.
Yeah, they just need the right coaching, the right timing, the right minutes for them to flourish talaga. Like Yuta Watanabe right now with the Brooklyn
Watanabe.
Nets.
Tagal na yung bangko
He's on fire.
Sa Toronto, bangko lang yun
He was a mid-major star with George Washington. Tapos,
Japanese talaga siyang salita. Nakita pa nag-interview siya. As in,
he bounced around the league. He went to Memphis.
How does Yuta Watanabe?
Toronto.
Ang tagal ko na narinig yung name niya kasi.
Bangko talaga siya.
Oo.
Tapos ngayon, rotation siya with the Brooklyn Nets and he's made
Yuta
the
Watanabe
most
is 28 years old. Born October 13, 1994. He stands 2.03 meters in height. Plays power forward, small forward. Yeah, of course, Japanese national team. So, he could be even better than yung pinakasikat ngayon na Japanese-born player, which is Rui Hachimura. Right?
But Hachimura, he's more of an athletic freak si Hachimura.
Parang comparison nga niya si di ba? Kawhi Leonard before. Yan ang comparison sa kanya. Kawhi Leonard.
On point.
Yeah.
On point.
That was his parang NBA comparison. Yeah, he plays for my favorite team, the Wizards.
Watanabe, 57. Last time I checked, 57% from 3. He's leading the league in 3
He is. Yeah, regular season, he's averaging like 18 minutes lang. But of course, recently, hindi pa siya naglalaro But he's been doing so well. Past game niya, November 21, Grizzlies, 16 points. 18 Blazers, 20 points. Tapos, 57.1% from 3.
What's crazy is, di ba normally these players, yung rotation guys who play 18 minutes, ganyan. Check mo yung attempts niya sa 3 points. If you can see the stat, he's making, correct me if I'm wrong, he's making 2 to 3 points a game made.
Most likely, because yung sa Grizzlies, 4 out of 6. Sa Blazers, 5 out of 7. So, in terms of stats,
yung volume nandun
But for me, it's a very small sample size.
Yeah.
But this started with the Grizzlies in 2018. He only played 11.6 minutes. Played 15 games. 2019, 5 minutes. 14.5 with the Raptors. 11.7 with the Raptors. Then ito, with the Nets, 18 minutes pa lang yun. Averaging 18 points, double. So we're not talking about just him. It's just really the opportunities given to players. Like I have a player, Jordan Goodwin. He plays for my favorite team, the Washington Wizards. Last year he played, like less than 5 games, and now he's a rotational player for the Wizards. He's undrafted. Tapos he plays like Josh Hart. I mean, guard na rebounding small guard. He averages a good amount of rebounds for a small guard. Like 6'3", 6'4" lang ata siya And walang defense masyado yung team ko yung Wizards. So, they found that from a player like that. Yun lang. The problem with like NBA teams, like my team, the Wizards, were raised in mediocrity. Alam mo yun, yung not too great to be a contender, not too bad to be a lottery team. Alam mo yun? So, you're stuck in drafting between number 7 to 15. And when you're drafting from that, sobrang hirap ng pumili ng, alam mo yun, yung gem of a player. Like, they've had draft picks, like, the past 4 draft picks nila, kunwari, Rui Hachimura, Denny Avdia, and then Corey Kispert. And then now, yung huli ng draft pick si John Davis. Those 4 picks are between 7 to, I think, mga 15. So it's hard to, pero may mga draft picks after them that are now possible all-stars in the NBA. So it's hard to be like a middling team. It's either you really go full tank mode, walang semi-rebuilding, or you go contender all the way. Wala eh. It's for me, it's tough to be like a Wizards fan.
Tawag dyan purgatory, bro.
Yes, it's like basketball purgatory. Like the Sacramento Kings, 'di ba? 16 years NBA playoff drought. They've never been in a playoff for over 16 years now. I think or maybe 17.
Shout out to the Kings pala. Ang galing ah.
Grabe, no? So they're doing really well now. I think it's sustainable because I think De'Aaron Fox has really matured as a player and now he has Sabonis. So 2 ball handlers on the team, improved defense, okay yung bago nilang pick. See, you get those nice picks, right? Yung draft pick ng Sacramento King, Keegan Murray, right?
Yeah.
He's in the top 5 pick, right? Swerte kayo pag may mga ganun pick kasi if deep yung draft, usually pag sinabing deep, up to 5 lang yan eh. 7, solid yan. Mga tipong pwede maging all-star, di ba? Pero if you're drafting 8, 9, you're rarely going to find like a Steph Curry in that area eh. I mean, let's not talk about Giannis being drafted 15 or 16, 2013. That's a project. Ilang years bago siya pumutok, di ba? Pero yun nga, it's so hard to pick on that range. So it's either you go, mag-rebuild ka na talaga all the way, mag-tank ka na, mag-trust the process ka Sixers mode.
Ako I'm more sa culture ng team eh.
Yung
And
pa.
Parang there are certain teams na they draft late, like Miami, or sign undrafted rookies like Toronto, and sila mismo nagde-develop sa mga players to be stars.
Even with the Spurs.
Yeah, the Spurs.
Diba? Yung mga player nilang yung lahat na-develop nila karamihan eh. Tapos they're trading away.
Like ngayon, diba si
Josh
Josh
Murray.
Primo, kaso wala na siya.
Oo, wala si Primo. Yeah, yun, good, possible player kaso nagka-issue. Pero yun nga, I think it's part of the culture and the coaching and player development, right? Do you agree that they should add 2 more teams to the NBA? Or should they lessen the games from 82 games to 72? There's been talk about lessening the games, right?
Yeah.
To avoid injury.
I think it's the players who wants that eh. Yung they want
Kasi wala
load
na eh.
management.
Meron ng bagay na did not play rest. Diba? Usually dati nung early 2000s, early 2000, ang gagawin nila is last 2 games of the season, pagpasok ka na sa playoffs, i-rest nila. Kevin Garnett was being rested on the last game. Kaya makita mo parating 80 games played, 81 games played. Because he was being rested. Sure na yung record nila, pasok na sila sa playoffs, di ba? I mean, they've never won a championship during his stint, but it's still rested at the end of the season. Now, back-to-back game, Matic asama mo na, hindi na maglalaro.
Speaking of which, I remember si Dirk dati. This was the year na natalo sila sa Golden State. Ni-rest sila. Sila Jason Terry, sila Dirk, like a week before the playoff start. Tapos yun, sobrang
nawala yung
cold
momentum.
Nila. Oo, nawala yung momentum. Tapos yung match-up.
Tinalo sila ng We Believe Warriors. Yeah. Sina Stephen Jackson.
Yung timing pa, hindi maganda yung parang
Kasi best record sila nun eh.
Yeah.
67 wins sila nun. So best record in the NBA sila that time.
Nagtatank yung Warriors nun kasi gusto nila
Pero pumasok sila sa
yung Dallas. Parang favorable sa kanila.
Kasi kilala ni Don Nelson yun. Alam niya yung team na yun.
Siya yung nag-draft
Siya
sila.
Kana Nowitzki. Sino player na sila? Nandun pa si Michael Finley nun. Diba? Tsaka si Steve Nash for sure. Steve Nash for sure.
Wala na si Steve Nash.
Wala, nasa
Jason
Phoenix.
Terry.
Nasa Phoenix na siya noon.
Parang si Devin Harris yata.
Devin Harris. Pero wala si Michael Finley pala. Wala na. Si Dirk na lang. So nagka-problema siya with
Eric Dampier.
a smaller defender, no?
Small ball.
Small ball.
Nahirapan sila dun.
Ikaw, naniniwala ka pa rin sa sa Big Three? Big Three, like,
way?
if in order for your team to win a championship, you need the Big Three.
Para sa akin, overall I think 2 stars pwede na yun. Tapos you have
Three solid rotation.
Solid, starters, tapos rotation. Kailangan talaga buong team Like, if you have an empty bench, I don't think it would cut out in today's NBA. Kailangan deep yung roster mo.
Kasi for you to last the entire season, tapos fresh for the playoffs, kailangan mo ng 10 solid players Diba? Kasi kung kabayo yung players mo buong season, you're playing them 30, 32 minutes to 40, burn out sila Like, lalo kanya if you have vets on your team, di kaya
Like for example, yung Warriors, right?
right now, they're struggling.
They're struggling. Pero last season, loaded yung roster
Loaded
nila.
yung, nawala si Gary Payton, di ba? Si Gary Payton, nawala sino tong guy? Otto Porter.
Yung mga wings nila.
Mga wings nila yun
The Serbian guy, how do you pronounce his name? Bielica from
Yeah. The
what's
big
his
guy.
team? Fenerbahce.
Yeah. Wala nasa Europe na siya. Shooter din yun.
Galing yun.
Yelitsa.
Bielitsa. Yun. So, sino natira ngayon, di ba?
Yeah. So they replace those players with parang mini-merge nila yung current with the young ones. So sina Poole, Moody, sina Wiseman, which is in the G League.
G League. Yeah, nawala yun. Parang
Kasi tinatransition nila from the old, hindi naman old, pero the veterans and the young ones. So nagkakaroon ng gap. Even if they won a championship, maganda yung last season, pero this season, talagang tumulus talaga pag ganun Because you're playing the second unit, puro young guns, tapos starters mo mga vets. We're not even talking about the issue of Draymond punching, di ba? I think that really happens in teams. It happens behind closed doors. Nagkataon lang, nag-leak lang talaga. Pero definitely, I'm sure, Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr. But there was no video of it.
Wala. Nung last dance na lang yun or articles coming out.
It's just
decades
articles.
after the incident.
I'm sure teammates fight because they don't like each other. Sabi nga ni Kyle Kuzma last season, we didn't like each other as a team.
Saan? Sa Wizards?
Sa Wizards. Kasi nandun pa si Montrezl Harrell.
Yung mga goons.
May mga goons nga sa team. So, they don't like, this season sabi niya, the difference is we like each other. We like playing for each other. Chemistry din It's not like, you play NBA 2K and get the ones with all the 85 and above ratings, di ba? And put them together, record nyo na 74 wins up. It's not like that Please, di ba? I mean, the Nets are example of that. Ang dami nilang very good players.
Very top-heavy. Yun yung sinasabi mo, bro, yung sa Big Three. I don't think it would work in today's NBA. Yung ginawa nila LeBron nung early to top.
Dapat Batman and Robin na. Balik ulit sa Batman and Robin, no? Balik ulit sa Jordan Pippen. Parang sa Bucks.
Solid combo. Diba?
Giannis.
Diba? Holiday.
Middleton, yun. Tapos Holiday mo yung third guard mo. So, kung Batman si Giannis, dahil wala siyang shooting, ang finisher niya si Middleton.
Si Middleton para sa'yo in Tim Grover's book, siya? Closer or cleaner?
Closer pa rin yun. That's not a cleaner. He's a very good second option on a team. He'll never be like a first type of option.
Pero grabe yung mga clutch shots niya.
Clutch.
Like
it's like for me, if you replace Middleton with, let's say, Bradley Beal, same result. I would say. Or replace him with Klay Thompson, same result. You'll get that. Because Giannis is like LeBron. He's a facilitator. I don't think even Giannis is a cleaner. He's also a closer. Di ba ang closer nga is, for me, like Dwayne Wade is an example of a closer. LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. Si LeBron, papunta pa lang siya dun. Pero he's not there as a cleaner. But anyway, we're done with that conversation. I'm gonna ask you real quick. What do you think about the Lakers' chances of getting into the playoffs? Playoffs lang, ah. Not even the
I would just
championship.
want to say, bro, I'm a huge LeBron fan.
Ako rin,
Huge LeBron fan.
I'm not a LeBron hater, but I'm a big critic of LeBron. Because people will see it on social media, like, if he's doing really well, I put the praise on him, like, as a player and a human being. Pero pag talagang, when it comes to overall, I'm very critical of him as a player. I'm not
Haterade.
yeah, no, because I buy LeBron shoes.
You know.
I wear LeBron stuff. Like, if I see him, ask for an autograph from, diba, hindi yung tipong, F you, LeBron, yung mga
Yeah,
ganun.
mga
No,
ganun eh, grabe.
I'm not gonna hate him because it's the popular thing to do. Sometimes nga, tinawag ako Dick Rider for LeBron because of what he did. I don't know whatever it was, but, you know, I'm just critical of him.
Yeah, pero going back, yung kay LeBron, ano nga yung pinag-usapan?
No, sa with the Lakers.
Yeah, with the Lakers.
I think it's time for LeBron to be the third fiddle on a championship team. That's how he can extend his career if he wants to play with his son.
I
If
think
he wants to play for the next 5 years, he needs to play third fiddle already, not second. Diba, injured siya ngayon.
yung legs niya, bro. That's why he's shooting
Wala, umabot na yung
badly.
father
Kumbaga,
time.
father time.
It's hard to be the alpha on a team if you're 37, 38, 39. Even Jordan could not do it.
I think the
Right?
alpha now is AD. Siya na talaga.
Yeah. AD.
na talaga.
And then let Russ handle the ball. Yeah. Kasi
Going forward.
and then you preserve LeBron for the playoffs. Yun yung problema eh. Like with the rookie coach, you'd want to ride LeBron, play him 35 minutes at least a game. It's not gonna work for him.
Hindi na kaya.
You have to play mga 28 to 30 minutes at most. You manage his time. Pag fourth quarter na tapos may chance sila to win, put him in there. But tambak na, wala na. Diba? So you don't have to force. They have younger players. Diba?
Sila
All they
Austin
have to
Reeves
do
playing
is just
well.
get in the playoffs. Right? Like top 6.
What's their record now?
They're out of the playoff picture. They're like
Wala
number 13.
talaga.
Number 13 or 14 out of 15 sa
parang ganun
West.
13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Gumagano.
They're definitely better than the Rockets. See, we're talking about the Rockets already, which is a team that's being
dweller sila.
bottom dweller, pero very
Going
good
for the
talents,
draft.
di ba?
Yeah.
So, wala na. Ay, speaking of which, like young players, if you were given a chance, who would you pick to build your roster around as a franchise player in the NBA? 25 years and below. Who would you pick
Ako?
right now?
Parang
There's a lot of
yung
options.
head,
Like,
my brain tells me Luka.
Yeah.
Pero
what your heart tells you
I want
is
to swing for
Tatum.
the fences eh. Hindi pare, si Wembanyama talaga. Parang
Wala pa sa NBA yun eh.
Oo, pero sabi mo 25 and below, di ba?
Na naglaro sa NBA, sige.
Okay, sige. Luka.
Luka.
Oo.
Who would be your second option if Luka was not an obvious choice? Because that's my choice too.
Parang I want to go with
Just
if
Ja
they're in the
Morant.
same team.
I'll give a few options. Ja Morant, Jason Tatum is still there. He's an option. You have Zion Williamson, still below 25. You have Trae Young. Anthony Edwards could be an option, a dark horse option. But I think that's those right now.
I think I'll go with Zion. Kahit yung name niya, hindi masyado matunog ngayon.
Oo. It's like Shaq.
He's
no?
very efficient eh. If
Yeah.
he,
Very efficient yung play niya. No?
If he gets healthy,
Yeah.
Pelicans will make trouble.
I
in the
hope he
playoffs.
doesn't, he fulfills his whole potential. Not because of the injury. Parang yung, alam mo yun, yung, okay lang ma-injure, pero yung hindi mga major na tipong wala nang legs mo. Diba? Because he's top heavy, right?
Yeah, and parang may rumors na he's not eating healthy daw. Ganun.
Pero he got back into shape.
under a microscope si Zion. Pero I think he's still one of the best prospects sa NBA.
So you would still pick Zion over Ja Morant if you were the Grizzlies, if you were the Pelicans.
Ako, I like Ja Morant. Pero
Diba?
yung style of play niya parang it
Nakakatakot,
reminds me
no?
of Derrick Rose.
Of Derrick Rose, yeah.
Nakakatakot
He lands
talaga.
on one leg.
Yeah.
That's the difference between him and, let's say, Russell Westbrook, who's generally not been injured besides yung knee injury lang niya with Patrick Beverly. Which is intentional, di ba? Sort of.
Nakakatakot talaga.
The way he lands, right?
The way he lands. Parang, he's so flashy. Pero, yeah, it just reminds me of Derrick Rose in the playoffs. Yeah. Tearing his ACL.
So, we're in agreement here at least for once.
Luka.
How many championships do you think he'd win in his career? He'll probably play up around 18 to 20 years, right? Because that type of player is not like the type na pagdating ng past ng prime niya, kailangan niya ng athletic.
Yeah.
Sobrang taas ng basketball IQ eh.
Unlike Ja Morant, si Luka, sobrang very pacey player, slow, takes his time.
So Dallas definitely won that trade between him and Trae Young. Si Trae Young, I think, could probably win the championship. At least one.
Curry light yun.
If not, he's gonna end up like Damian Lillard.
Pero thing is yung kay Trae, I don't like, hindi naman I don't like, pero defensively talagang
liability.
sus talaga
because he's generally listed as 6'1", no?
Oh, I think he's below 6 foot.
I think he's below 6 footer. It's probably 5'11".
Yeah, and parang
kasama na yung hair niya dun eh.
hindi siya average defender, below average.
Below average, yeah.
Oh, so yun talaga knock niya, pero offensively wala akong masabi. Parang he's a good pick and roll
Do you
player.
But I think Luka's like an average defender too. He's not even a great defender, right?
Yeah, but he's
not a two-way player.
He's 6'8".
Yeah,
Mahaba
that's the
siya.
thing.
Parang yun yung difference.
At least he could stand in front of his... Tapos hindi siya tatanggalin for defensive liability purposes. Yeah. I mean, I was just picking your thoughts pagdating sa NBA because that's really my thing. But I want to ask you about now local basketball.
Okay.
About number one, basketball pillars in the PBA. Like, you mentioned to me like when we were conversing earlier about James Yap and Mark Aguirre. Why'd you mention those two?
Yeah.
They play differently.
Because me and my friends, we were debating who is the better player between the two.
Overall.
Who
had the better career.
Yeah. Kasi ngayon, it's popular to say that Fajardo is the best player of all time. Sila ni
most dominant, I would say.
Yeah. Sila ni Mon Fernandez, silang dalawa.
Most
parang
dominant, El Presidente.
Yeah. So parang yun yung discussion.
Kay Mon Fernandez, I think it was, when I was watching as a kid, it's like pure skill. Like, I saw shades of Kevin McHale when he played and smoothness like George Gervin when he played. Hindi highlights pinapad ko sa kanya. I was watching him as a 11-year-old.
Which version of
paano na yun?
San Miguel
I think past prime na nga yun eh. Pero I think 1888, I was like 7 years old. I saw him play. I was watching him before pa. Parang siya yung logo, no? Hindi sa Jaworski.
Hindi. Parang si Jaworski, he's the people's champ.
People's champ, yeah.
When we talk about basketball play and parang yung overall achievement, it's Mon Fernandez.
Yeah.
Tapos ngayon, in the modern era, you have Junmar, who's dominating the whole landscape of the PBA. Hopefully, he gets healthy soon. Kasi
probably si Junmar is... Pero sabi nila, he's a negative, in terms of plus and minus, he's a negative because on defense, he's a liability. Do you agree on that? I've seen articles like those. He's tamad sa defense. Would you say that?
Pare, he's 6'10". I still want him to man the middle. Kasi, automatic advantage yun for the team na may Junmar Fajardo ka. Like sa San Miguel, you just dump the ball to him if you need the basket.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang laking advantage nun. And some teams can't do that. Diba? They have to work harder to score.
Was it so different? Because I've watched, like, one of my most favorite players of all time is Asi Taulava. And I think he still plays up to this day.
Yeah, he's 50 na.
Yeah, but during his prime Asi Taulava, you would say that it's still prime Junmar that's better?
Yeah, prime Junmar. No
because of
question.
Skill? Is it skill?
Skill-wise, he's better than Taulava. He's bigger, shooting, dribbling, whole package. I like Asi Taulava because he carried the PBA for some time. Yeah. Tsaka national team, di ba? Going up against Yao Ming in China.
Pucha.
Parang siya yung poster boy.
How tall is Asi? 6'8"? Probably 6'8", 6'9", no?
Mga ganun.
He's playing against 7'4".
Tsaka lapad niya.
Oo.
So siya talaga. Pero
Sila na Eric
no
Meg.
disrespect, no? Pero Junmar, I think, is the
Hands
better
down.
between the two.
So, he's probably the most dominant center of all time, Junmar.
Yep. In
Okay,
Philippine basketball.
On the reverse side, if you go to the guards, who would you say is the best guard ever? Shooting guard, point guard, sa backcourt.
Ako, Mark Aguirre ako.
Talaga?
Oo. Kasi
The spark.
me and my friends were checking stats.
Mhm.
I'm more of a stat guy than the eye test guy. And ang baba nung although James Yap, pag pinapanood mo siya, he's like Kobe in the sense na emotional ka eh.
Oo.
Diba? Oh shit, ganda ng tira niya.
Kobe-esque talaga siya eh. Form.
Kobe-esque. Diba yung bola nasa
Yeah.
taas pa ng...
Tsaka James Yap has huge hands.
Oh yeah.
So Jordan talaga yung dating.
Diba yung mga ball fakes niya with one hand? Galing.
Oo.
And here you have on the other side, Mark Aguirre, very flashy as well.
Small player, 6'1".
Small player, flashy.
6 flat na si Mark Aguirre, I think eh.
The crossover, diba? Allen Iverson-esque.
Talaga?
Oh, diba? He plays for the most famous team in the Philippines.
Of course.
So,
Ginebra.
But when you check the stats between them, James Yap had the highest peak, pero efficiency-wise and
Long term.
long-term, throughout his career, mas consistent si Kagiwa. And yung peak niya matagal.
Oo, matagal yung pick ni
Matagal yung
Kagiwa.
peak
Oo,
niya.
actually.
Even winning an MVP in the process and championships.
Were either injury prone? Not so much.
Parang
During their peaks,
si Kagiwa, yeah.
mas injury, mas
season
injured.
out, nawala siya for a season.
May mga ganun.
Yun.
Ay, whole year?
Alam ko whole year siya.
Wow, that's 3 conference. Pag sila mo whole year, 3 conference yun.
Oh.
Di ba 3 conferences PBA?
But when he came back, I think he won MVP. So yun, grabe si Mark Aguirre. Efficiency-wise, when you check the numbers, para sa akin, in my opinion, he is the better player between the two. Pero both of them
They're
are
both shooting guards, no? I won't put them as point guards. Yeah,
combo guards sila.
combo guards sila. Yeah.
Si
James can be
Yap,
a small forward nga eh.
kaya nga,
Yeah.
si James Yap nga parang hindi siya point guard.
No,
Parang
I don't,
off guard
yeah.
talaga siya.
Shooting guard, small forward talaga siya. I think Mark is interchangeable with Helter Brand kasi. Kaya di ba Fast and Furious sila? Yun yung
Exactly.
nickname nila. Asking for a point guard would be the best ever.
Best ever. Point guard, Jaworski na lang.
Jaworski
Si
talaga.
Roger, oo. Pero skill-wise, he's not up to par with the players of today.
Of course.
Mas magaling yung mga players ngayon. Pero parang yung culture, yung effect niya sa game, Philippine basketball, and his name is still synonymous to the PBA ngayon.
In the new millennium, year
Yeah.
2000 and up, who would you put as the best point guard?
In the PBA or overall?
In the Philippines.
Kasi there are some players
In the
playing
Philippines.
In the Philippines?
Was it Jason Castro? No.
Wala na eh. He's old na
No, but in the whole entirety, from year 2000 to today, would you put Jason Castro there?
Castro.
Talaga? Yeah, Asia's best point guard, right?
Yeah. Enough said.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Right? If we were talking about most fundamentally skilled local basketball player, like, kasi sa NBA, I would say fundamentally sound like Mr. Fundamental, of course, Tim Duncan. That's fundamental for you. Right? Basic. I would even put Kawhi Leonard. Di ba? Fundamental eh. Yung mga ganong player. But in the PBA, who would you see as fundamental? Like, if you were gonna tell kids, tingnan nyo yung game niya, ganyan kayo dapat maglaro. Because he's efficient, he's smart, he knows when to pass, when to score, you know.
Para sa akin,
Walang fancy.
it's the small guards of Philippine basketball. Sila yung skilled.
Sino?
Skilled-wise.
Who would you have?
Shout out ko na rin kay Jai Reyes.
Okay.
Yeah, a friend of mine, very skilled guy.
Yeah.
To be able to play.
Jai is smaller than me by like this, I think.
Yeah.
He would argue probably. But I think I'm taller kay Jai. Even dun sa coach ng Malaysian team, kay Coach Jeff Diernes, right?
Yeah.
Jeff is small.
Jeff is smaller than us.
Yeah, he's 5'5", I think. But he's like an all-star MVP. And I've seen the way those two guys play. It's basketball IQ and skill. Like, I'm taller than those dudes. And the thing is, they eat you as barbecue chicken if you
Exactly.
played 1-on-1 or 5-on-5, right?
I always ask Jai, paano ka nakakasabay sa mga
How do you
players?
go inside the lane
You-
against 6'7", 6'9" players and then you're
Oh.
5'7"?
And he always say to me, Tonyo, na utakan lang talaga sa court. So,
Utakan.
So, yeah, but like what you've said, basketball IQ.
Oo.
Tapos, when you notice about these guards, sobrang skilled nila.
If you're gonna teach that to kids, no, siguro that's something I would ask Jai. How would you teach utakan? Di ba?
Intangibles yun eh.
Di ba? How would you teach something like that to a person? That's because that's like your killer instinct eh. Di ba? If it's your natural, it's a natural born instinct. You don't develop that. I don't think you can develop something like that eh. If you have a person has a natural feel for the game, gets more like a court awareness, time, he knows who has foul trouble, diba? Sino yung always goes left, so you defend his left, make him go right. Yung mga ganun eh.
I want to tell a story. I've talked to a coach, hindi ko na lang ni-name. Tapos parang nagugulat siya sa ibang players dito sa Philippines, na parang they don't know how to play basketball, organized basketball. Like, if you put the ball in their hands, they can do work. Pero yung pag magka-cut sila, fundamentally, yung gagawa sila ng screen, they don't know how to set a screen properly, these players. Na-culture shock siya.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. So, I think it's a question that I really want to ask Jai. I've never sat down with Jai because when it comes to these types of things, because we always talk about the business side of basketball, because we're partners in Philbasket, which we'll talk about in a bit. But when I talk to him, sabi ko nga sa Jai, I'm 41, but I love basketball so much, even if basketball doesn't love me that much. Like I know, like it's not like I want to train so that I can endure playing until my legs fall off, like that, in that kind of sense. Like I realized after the pandemic, during the pandemic, what I missed was playing basketball, and I'll never, like, my love for the game will never go away. I think it's because of how when you miss something, when it's not there, and you try to find like walang basketball kasi lahat nasa bahay, and then you're just at home dribbling a basketball. Ganun yun. Like, that's how I missed it. You never know how much you missed it until it's not there.
On point.
And during the lockdown, basketball was not there. And so I said, I want to train again so that I can play basketball until my legs fall off, that type of thing. And he said, you should train your body so that you have more muscles for your legs, develop that strength. Strength is basically strength and conditioning. That's why PBA players can play up to age 50. It's not because...
Sobrang,
because they can. Like, some NBA players can really play. Yun nga lang kasi, some NBA players can play up to 50. The problem is, there's also 18 years old, 19, 21-year-old players that want to get in.
Kaya nga.
So,
the talent pool is so big.
The talent pool is so big because it's a global game. You have players from South Africa, Europe, Australia, who want to come in and take your spot. Who, if you're a 35-year-old, you have to play better than that 19-year-old for them to not take your spot. That's why I'm so pissed when, like, the Heat has Udonis Haslem having a slot on the Miami Heat's bench instead of signing, right, a two-way player and let him play and see, mali mo, undrafted. You get a gem, right? An undrafted gem. But instead, he should be like on a coaching staff.
The thing is, sinasabi nila na si Udonis Haslem, parang sinasabi niya na locker room presence daw
Just
siya.
pay him.
Yeah, pero inisip ko, why not make him a coach instead? Diba?
Like Juwan Howard was there for them, right? When he was with the Heat.
Una,
Still
hindi
is
naman
now,
siya
I think.
naglalaro. Diba?
Yeah.
He's not playing.
And if he would play, he'd suck. He'd play like good 2 minutes and then injury waiting to happen, osteoporosis shit, whatever. Sama, Pero, di ba, I'm just saying that, you should be giving that slot to a player that deserves it or deserves a shot man lang. Like, pag pipiliin ka ngayon, Udonis Haslem or bigay mo si Kai Soto. Di ba? Give him a chance.
Kai Soto, bro.
Di ba? I'm not being biased to Kai. I'm heavy on him. I love him, but give him a chance to, take up 5 minutes.
Ako, honestly speaking, if you're asking me to compare Udonis Haslem to Kai Soto, mas magaling si Kai Soto
See,
ngayon.
that's the thing.
Diba?
Right? Maybe not as good as Yuta Watanabe is right now, right? Yuta Watanabe is a lot better than Kai Soto. You would not disagree with me on that,
Yeah,
right?
Yuta Watanabe is a stud.
Diba?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can, but eventually Kai could be better than Watanabe if you give him the chance, give him a trainer that's NBA quality, diba?
Yeah.
Instead, there's a guy who's 40 plus years old playing for the team, who's a locker room presence. I get that.
Bro,
Okay,
see, Udonis
sign him.
Haslem.
Sign him as an assistant coach or head of player development or emotional development. If there's a department for that.
Bro, si Udonis Haslem, I saw a clip of him. Parang they threw a lob.
Tapos di niya masalo.
Hindi na masalo.
Hindi niya masalo. Parang kulang na ng baston. Bigyan siya ng baston.
Oh, parang he's really playing on his
I know
last
if
legs.
you put him in, if we get him for Philbasket as an import,
Ako
he would put
mag-dominate
up
yun.
he would put up Dwight Howard's numbers in his Taiwan debut, right?
Yeah.
I think so. He probably put 30 points, 20 rebounds, and maybe 10 3-point shots because ayaw niya kung nasa loob.
Pero para you can't tell me with the straight face na mas magaling si Udonis Haslem ngayon kaysa kay
There
Kai
you go.
Soto.
And there's so many, like I would put Dwight Howard in there, right?
Dwight
The
Howard.
Heat
He's
needs
supposed to be in the NBA and he's playing in
like,
Taiwan.
the Heat only has, I think, Denmon and of course si Bam Adebayo's their center, and Bam is 6'9". He's an undersized center who plays higher than his height, right? But the thing is, gulpi. So if you put Dwight in there, there's other players like wala na si Hibbert pala. Roy, I was gonna say wala na talaga, wala na pag-asa. Right, 'di ba? Ang dami pang big man out there.
Sino pa ba ngayon? Sila Ayton, you have the Pacers, si Miles Turner.
Yung wala sa league ngayon like Dwight Howard na nga lang. You mean to say that DeMarcus Cousins cannot get on NBA roster?
Tingin ko kaya niya pa. I think he can still play.
Put DeMarcus instead of Dwight Howard, he would put up 60 points, 30 rebounds, 15 assists easily in that league.
I don't want to say
No
na
disrespect.
yung off-court issues, pero I think they still play a factor. Alam mo
Oh
yun?
yeah, for sure. Damaging yun. Like Dennis Smith Jr.,
Yeah, ang galing nun.
very good player until the statistics and the things, politics got in the way, I think, for
And
him.
now he's getting his feet back in the game, di ba? He's playing for the Hornets.
Yeah.
And he's playing great. Wala si Ball.
Yeah. Opportunities.
Yeah.
Well,
Right timing, coaching,
Diba?
opportunity.
Success is when opportunity meets talent and preparation. Naturalized players, what do you think about that in the PBA or even in Gilas? Would you accept that?
Yeah, these players, foreign players.
Like no blood whatsoever na Filipino
Yeah.
Not even a tenth or isang hairline of Filipino.
Para sa akin, they elevate the game. Kasi,
Fast Justin Brownlee, he
My-
just got naturalized. Justin Brownlee, import ng Hinebra.
he's on his steps na to get naturalized.
Oh.
And I think they elevate the game. If you play against great players, their talent will rub off on you. Parang iron sharpens iron.
Okay.
So I think that's why yung sa NCAA hindi ako nag-agree doon that they banned foreign students.
Binan na ba?
Ban na.
Ban na. Pero si UAP
Wala
pwede
na.
pa rin eh.
UAP pwede.
What do you think about the physical play in the NCAA? I'm not talking about the fight. It's just the physical play. It's so physical. When I watch the NCAA games, parang the referees let go of heavy physical.
Yun yung gusto ng
Yun ang gusto nila.
Filipino market eh. Like,
Is that, but it doesn't happen in the UAP that much, right?
parang at year,
I'm comparing, di ba?
at year
Di ba?
above.
Pag sinabi mo skill level sa 2K, parang nasa 99 yung ruggedness eh.
Parang 11.
Di ba? Out of natin para sa 98, 99 sa mga 90, 88, pwede mo lagi sa UAP, ganun eh.
Physical talaga. And Philippine basketball is physical in general. Kaya,
I think that's what led to John Morris punching a lot of players too also, right? Because of the
the
physicality. Tapos the referee doesn't, you know,
the referees
right,
should
give the
control
right
the
call,
game.
di ba?
Oo.
Oo.
Philippine basketball, physical siya. It affects our chances internationally.
Why?
Kasi iba yung tawagan eh. Like,
Bakit? Mas physical ba ang tawag sa FIBA?
Hindi, mas less.
So okay sa atin
Kumbaga,
yun.
sobrang physical natin. Pag naglalaro tayo sa FIBA, palagi tayong tinatawagan.
Sobrang
Nag-hold
physical,
tayo.
nakaaway na natin Australia.
And Australia is a physical
Yes,
team.
they are. Even New Zealand.
Diba? Pero
Because they're more about rugby.
Physical din tayo eh.
Physical, oo. Kung usapang physical lang, talo sa atin USA. Kasi iiyak yun. You put in all 25 years old below players of the NBA and then sa Gilas players,
Pero
iiyak yun.
You know what, Tonyo? Napapansin ko dun sa latest batch ng Gilas, hindi na sila ganun ka-physical compared dun sa previous batches. Parang nag-evolve na rin yung play.
And sometimes it's also the coach's decision din, you know. The physicality. It's a coach's decision. So it really depends on who's coaching. Is there any chance you think that in the next 10 years that Philippine basketball can be in the top 20? I looked at the top 20 rankings. There's no Asian country. Iran is
20
is
sila.
20 sila, but that's not an Asian country, come on. I mean, China is not there anymore.
Wala na ba?
Walang China, bro. They're probably in the mid-20s, maybe not anymore.
Ang alam ko lang Iran, yun sure, yun 20 sila.
Yeah, but FIBA World Rankings. Let's check. So number 20, Iran, Puerto Rico, Tunisia, Croatia, Finland, Dominican Republic, New Zealand, 26. See, when New Zealand is 26, that small country is 26.
Wait,
27, China, see?
New Zealand?
Ukraine, 28, Latvia, 29, Belgium, 30, Mexico, Georgia,
Pang ilan
Israel,
tayo?
Bosnia. I think 40. Dati, I saw the Philippines as high as 32.
31 tayo dati.
Oh, see? 31. That's the highest I saw Philippines. But we went down to 40.
Ano yun eh? I think they still count the qualifiers as
Ang layo ng next na
Point system.
Southeast Asian countries. Indonesia, 80. Tinalo tayo nun sa SEA Games, di ba? But yeah,
consistency talaga yung kulang
Malaysia,
sa national team.
113. Ha?
Consistency.
Parang
Parang
continuity.
continuity.
Continuity, I think. Yeah, that's the
Parang
word.
The program
Right.
dapat nakalatag na yan from
Yeah.
with the same players. And I understand naman rin with Coach Chot Reyes na he has a hard job to juggle everything, yung politics between leagues and the SBP and keeping players happy. Alam, it's tough.
I'm gonna comment, but out of respect, I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Pero ako, for me, he's doing his best.
Baka may tumawag sa akin eh.
He's doing his best.
Okay. Tell me about Hoopjunkie beginnings. Why did you start Hoopjunkie?
You know what, bro? Hoopjunkie started out as a hobby. It started out as a hobby, like House of Highlights, you know.
Sino Omar?
Oo. Kasi in my personal account, I post basketball stuff. So parang with Hoopjunkie, I'm doing the same thing with my personal account, pero I'm hiding with an alter ego.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Similar to mine when I was doing Soul Slam. Yeah.
So
That was my alter ego, guys. Talking
it
and
was
showing.
a hobby for me, and natutuwa ako. Players are engaging, kinakausap na nila ako. Like PBA players, Jordan Clarkson, yun. Pare, nung chinat ako ni Jordan Clarkson na
What year was that?
pandemic, bro.
2020. Oh wow, what did he say? Can you give us a glimpse of that conversation?
Parang I posted something,
Is it a highlight of him?
hindi. Parang physical play yata or something.
In the Philippines.
Nag-react siya.
Okay, what did he say?
Parang nag-react siya. Parang sabi niya, WTF, ganun.
What the F? Okay.
Oo.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
As he was surprised.
oo.
Like mind-fucked. Okay.
Tapos yun, parang the mere fact na nag-reply siya, tapos ako, putya, ano ba ako?
That was his reaction to the
Oo.
video.
Yeah,
Okay,
tapos,
okay. Nice.
Ano ako, di ba? I'm just a guy with the phone, bro.
Right.
We started with my phone, posting highlights.
Yeah.
Kaya, parang na ano talaga ako, na starstruck ako. And even stars sa Gilas, nakakausap ko sila. Kai Soto, I've been chatting with him since he was playing in high school. Na-follow ko yung career niya. And si Jai gave me a shot to be part of professional basketball.
Yeah, Philbasket, yeah.
Before that, he hired me sa Nueva Ecija. So I was
okay.
handling the social media account.
Oo.
Tapos from there, we started Philbasket.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the pandemic when no league wanted to start a close bubble. I think PBA lang yung nag-start nun, tsaka Chooks to Go.
Correct. Oo.
Yeah, so we were able to start something from scratch. Tapos ngayon, it's getting momentum. Diba? With you coming in as our business head, we started a tournament in Malaysia.
Yes, that was fantastic.
We're the first Filipino professional basketball league to host an international tournament abroad.
In Malaysia.
Yeah, in Malaysia. So, para sa akin,
I
it's
love
an
it. There's no
achievement.
politics involved. No politics. I'm just gonna put it out there. There's no politics involved. Like, if you wanna get something done in Malaysia, whatever it is that's supposed to be done, permits, etc., whatever, done. And then we got a FIBA, what do you call that?
Yeah. Parang
Endorsement?
we got a letter from signed by the head of FIBA Asia, si Mr. Hagop. So, siya yung gumawa ng Hagop rule. So, yung in terms of foreign local players. So anyway, he signed the letter, the document to allow us to stage the tournament sa Malaysia.
See? What does that mean for us? For Philbasket, for
It means we're legit, bro.
it legitimizes.
It legitimizes our tournament na we are indeed hosting an
Does it
international tournament.
have effect in the FIBA World Rankings? No.
Wala.
Wala.
So,
Okay.
kumbaga pinayagan tayo. Kasi may ano rin yan eh. Kumbaga may talks din between federations. So, parang para clear-cut na malinaw na pinapayagan tayo ng FIBA.
Yeah.
Gumawa sila ng letter.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about future plans of Philbasket for 2023, but we do have a lot of things planned for you guys, for basketball fans, for pure basketball fans for Southeast Asia. Because I think one of Jai's vision for Philbasket is to develop Southeast Asia basketball. One of his primary ideas is to really elevate our co-countries in Southeast Asia. Diba? Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia,
Thailand.
Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, kasama, diba? What else? Us,
Myanmar.
diba? Brunei, counted yun. And basta lahat ng basketball countries na kasali sa Southeast Asian Games, for example.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
And ang laki ng population ng Southeast Asia.
Correct.
And the basketball market is developing.
You know, and so I'm so surprised Indonesia is so addicted to basketball because I wouldn't say that in 2013. Because I was in Indonesia 2013 and they were a skate country. And now they're so into basketball as well. And they now have backers.
Yeah.
Like financial wise. And that's all you need eh. When you have people who believe and are passionate about basketball, they can really grow it eh. That's what's really surprising. Like, and that's surprising. Like, I'm glad. Like, you know, the domination. Like, for example, worldwide, diba, the domination of like the USA is not there anymore. It's not like whoa USA and then everyone else. It's not like that anymore. I'm sure they can beat everyone else, right? Even
Right
Spain,
now.
yes. But it's like they're already looking over their shoulders. Not like okay, let's send our second best team and we'll win it all. Kailangan. It's like that for Southeast Asia. Philippines has to bring their A game or else may tulog ka kay Indonesia, kay Thailand, maybe Malaysia, di ba? bigla na lang ma-develop yung mga players nila. Like si Maymay, di ba, bigla na lang daw sabi, bigla na lang gumaling for Malaysia. I think we should do a separate conversation when it comes to Philbasket with what the tournament with what happened with the tournament. But you guys should check out the social media accounts of Philbasket because Pat's heading that division for Philbasket. You'll see highlights, player, and then funny moments, whatever. You'll see that in our experience with the third tournament we headed for Phil, and we'll have more for 2023. So watch out for that. Let me ask you just one more question. If you're gonna give an advice to someone who's starting in sports media, because you started a sports media company, right? Hoopjunkie, what would you tell him or that person who would want to start as sports media?
Ako kasi, Tonyo, when I started Hoopjunkie, wala talaga akong kakilala sa industry. Kumbaga, it was just me posting on my phone. Ang mapapayo ko lang is hard work, consistency, don't give up, and kailangan mag-branch out ka. Since wala akong kakilala nun, parang I get to learn network.
Yeah, network is really good. Because you want to strengthen your weaknesses kung wala kang nun. So you get people to work with you.
Yeah.
Because you already have a unique selling point, which is, people who are, junkies about basketball. So it's not like Hoopjunkie PH or Hoopjunkie NBA, diba? It's not like that. It's hoop. Like me, I just love hooping. That's why I follow Hoopjunkie. So whether it be something funny in the barangay level or something that, something funny that LeBron did during a game or whatever, right? It's all about hoops, right?
Yeah.
It's a global game. That's the great thing about basketball is that you don't need words to explain what's going on. You just watch it and you know what's going on. Regardless of whatever language that you speak, right? Everyone knows how to play basketball.
We speak the same language of basketball, bro.
Correct. Yeah. So, level-wise, yes, people have differences in terms of skill level. In terms of knowledge about the basketball, when you see someone, you already know someone's great, someone's not great, what have you. That's so awesome. And it's really I would say really it's a poor man's sport. You put a hoop, even with the chinelas, kahit na naka-boxer shorts ka lang, pwede kayo mag-basketball You've seen that in the probinsya, di ba? Nakakabit na sa coconut tree. Di ba yung ring? Tapos, sobrang physical ng mga laro, di ba? That's still basketball. Right? Sometimes it gives basketball a bad name, but it's still basketball. And that's what you're doing. You're sharing, through your eyes, what you see.
Yeah.
With not just local basketball, but global as well.
I think what separates me from other accounts is I share the videos of my followers. Yung mga gusto magpa-feature. Yeah, I feature them. Whether magaling ka, hindi ka magaling.
Guys, pa-feature na kayo sa Hoopjunkie habang libre pa. Kasi next year, sabihin ko talaga, Pat, don't do it for free. May charge na. Ice tubig. Diba? 20-20 na. Pa-post. Okay? Tsaka magpapa-Starbucks kayo dapat, at least. Hindi na pwede yung TY, bro. Wala nang fist bump. Ba? Okay, thanks. Good. Diba?
Okay, bro. Okay na, bro? Yeah.